Hey everybody, I am Sue Bookout, and today I'm going to give you a review of Flywheel managed WordPress hosting. Now, this is the hosting that I use myself. I've been with them ever since they started, actually, in around 2012. So I'm going on 5 years with them. I can't say enough about them. I truly, really recommend them for they're built especially for web designers and web developers and agencies and such. So like even if you're like a small time, well probably especially if you're like a small time WordPress pro, you build a few sites a year or you build like 1,000 sites a year, it doesn't matter. They are great, and let me tell you why. Okay, so maybe if you aren't familiar with managed WordPress hosting, let me tell you a little bit about it. Pretty much everything's taken care of for you. So this means your upgrades, your security, and your migrations, you name it, they handle it for you. Your site gets its own dedicated resources. So Flywheel puts your site on a dedicated VPS, whereas shared hosting is going to be on a shared server tied to a bunch of other sites that could be dealing with malware and such. It's really lightning fast. Top-notch security. They do proactive malware checks, and in the unlikely case that something goes wrong with your website and it gets compromised, they'll fix it for free. They've got excellent support. They've got a live chat. You can catch them by email, or if you call on the phone, you get a real person, so you can't beat that. Okay, so how does this all help you? Well, they have such a great workflow that it's gonna make your life so much easier. And what I'm talking about is no more billing headaches. Instead of having to get your credit card from your client and then put it in the site, you don't have to get their credit card. You can pass off the billing to them just by you put their email into Flywheel, and then Flywheel sends them an invoice in their email, and they just apply their credit cards, and boom, you're done. And so you can pass off billing as much as you want between different people that way, or different organizations, or whatever. No more password headaches. If you want to add somebody to the back end of your site, instead of having to share a cPanel login, there's no cPanel. You can just log people in via an email address. You add them to your site with an email address. No need to worry about backing up sites. You don't have to worry about things like Backup Buddy or backup plugins and trying to figure out where you're going to store all your backups and remembering to do it. They handle all of this for you. They do daily off-site backups for every single site. And if you ever do have a problem, I think I've only had this happen once, they've got a one-click restore. So you can always revert back to an earlier backup with one click. And no need to worry about site security, like I said. So, I just hate dealing with all that stuff. I don't want to deal with backups. I don't want to deal with caching plugins. I don't want to deal with... So I don't. I work with Flywheel, and they handle it all. Okay, so when you first go to log in, it's a really nice, clean interface, I think, is the first thing that you'll notice. And this is what your dashboard looks like. It's just a screenshot of my dashboard. As you can see, you can just click this button to create a new site. I'm going to go over that with you a little bit. And then, all my sites for myself and my clients are right there. And I can see who else has access to different sites. Oops. Okay, so if you want to create a new site, super simple, just click the new site button, and that's all you have to do, really. Then all you have to do is you name your site, you give it a temporary domain, and then you choose your WordPress username and password, and then you just decide how you want to pay. So you can either give a credit card now, or if you choose my client will pay later, then what ends up happening is that your site is kind of like on a staging site until you're ready to either pay for it yourself or pass off the billing to your client, or you can add get a bulk plan. And so that's what I have, is I've got a 10 site bulk plan, and then all those any client sites I can put on my site, and then I bill them directly, so they're paying me. And then they have this privacy mode, so any site that either isn't paid for yet, or any site you choose, can have password protection. So the reason this is great is because Like if you're not ready to have search engines crawl it yet, you can keep password protection on. If a client hasn't paid you yet, you keep the password protection on. Or if a client quits paying you, you can turn on the password protection. So it's very versatile. And then you can see down here too, there's easy way if you want to migrate a client to Flywheel from, like, say they're on hosting they don't like. That's a great way to get clients, because you can say, hey, I'll help you out with your hosting. How about I help you get set up with something new? And then Flywheel actually does, pretty much all the work for you. You just, oversee the process for your clients, and then they're all good to go on Flywheel. And to top it all off, if you do join as a developer, designer, agency, they have a great affiliate program, and you get paid for every single site that one of your referral purchases for the lifetime of that customer. So say, for example, you refer a design agency, and then that design agency goes and pays for 10 sites in a year. Well, you get commission on all 10 of those sites, not just the first one. So it can really be very lucrative if you put your mind to it. Okay, so if you're interested in Flywheel, I really can't say enough good things about them. It really does save me time, energy, and headaches. And when you've got a lot of work on your plate, there's just some things you don't want to deal with. So, like, why not let the pros handle it? And Flywheel, they are pros. So I do recommend them. And if you want to get your own account, all you have to do is click on the link below. And if you have any questions for me, you can contact me at sue@suebmedia.com. And if you like this review and you want to see other ones like it, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time. And thanks for watching my review. Go get a Flywheel account. Click on the link below right now.